What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in. Today I got my boy Rob with me. He is the co-founder of the Forex Wolves, or Forex training education company. He is also an international speaker and trainer when it comes to networking and relationship building. I hope you enjoy. Please like, comment, subscribe, all of that, yeah? Yo.
My guy.
Thank you for coming on the show, bro.
Yeah, no, bro.
Yeah, man. To give some background story to the audience, my guy Rob right here, we met actually through a network marketing company. Yep. You were one of the most successful people in the company out of like, what, tens of thousands, maybe hundreds?
Sure. In the region for sure, yeah.
Even internationally, right?
Yeah. I top 1% of the company in like my first 16, 17 months.
Yeah, so that's how we met, right? Sure. And now you have your own Forex company where you train people to learn how to trade Forex.
Absolutely.
And you're a master builder, master salesman, I would say.
Absolutely.
Can you, let's say, start with your background, maybe get the audience to know a little bit? Yeah.
So I'm a boy Dominican from the Bronx. Let's start there.
Okay.
Born and raised in the Bronx, New York. Parents are Dominican. Grew up playing sports. Grew up having fun. Let's say that. I love to dance. I hope and wish I could sing one day. I'll do that if I can. I'm about people. I was just, I'm just blessed to understand when I'm around good energy. Got that as a kid. Did martial arts growing up. First love was basketball. I'm like a strong 7, depending on who's on the court right now.
Yeah.
A strong 7 amongst a lot of people is good. I played baseball, and I won my first championship at 12 years old, went undefeated on the baseball team. But at 13 years old, Babe Ruth championship, which is a big deal. Got game winners and that. After the Babe Ruth championship, I went right into high school, and it was 75% females, which was a plus. Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis had 75% females when I applied to it, and it also said it had a baseball team, from my knowledge. When I get there, there's no baseball team, but ironically, it's also international business careers. Like, you learn about business, accounting. The best thing about that school was it had career day, and people walked into class and told you what they did as a career. And you can kind of gauge from that. So it also took me out the Bronx, where I got to meet people and understand that people have a lot of same behaviors, but depending on where you come from, you can identify with the lingo or their personalities or why they do what they do. Like, if you're from Brooklyn, it's like you have a nationality. Right? People from Brooklyn are prideful, and right? Things like that. Shout out to those about people from Brooklyn. And things of that nature, like just learn how to stop going off of people's stories, more of my own observations of what people do, how they do it. People from Harlem. The first time was my way of traveling, and right after that, I got into sales. Was a salesman at AT&T, top rep for a while, became a store manager, left, went into entrepreneurship. That's where we've been in our company. Hit top 1% in my first 16 months, started training for that company. In the midst of that, I traveled the world. It's been a blessing. I had to share stages with people like Les Brown, things to that degree. Honored and blessed for those opportunities. Then learn how to trade Forex. And I said, what other better way to like learn something that I know it can't be taken away from me. And it's been a blessing. The ride has been fun. And manage some other businesses as well.
Okay.
On the meantime.
You are, what's it called? It's a type of entrepreneur that does lots of different businesses.
The man.
Wow, it's totally slipping from my mind.
A serial entrepreneur.
Serial entrepreneur. That's it. That's
label me that guy.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna share a quick story with you.
Yeah.
You may not know.
Oh, okay. I knew that there was one of these coming. I knew there was coming in there somewhere. Go ahead.
So I remember this was when we were in the company.
Okay.
Right? So I remember I was riding with your brother.
Uh-huh.
Your brother Noah. Shout out to Noah. You already know. Bars for days.
Dude's good. You heard? That dude is actually really good.
Facts. It was me, Noah, and a few other people in my car.
Yeah.
And you was in your car, I think, with your girl.
Okay.
And we were heading to a house in Jersey.
Yeah.
Right? And you were already at this high level in the company.
Okay.
And I was at that point in time, I was really going hard in the company. I really wanted to achieve like where you were at and more, obviously, right? And I remember, I'm like so competitive. I remember, you know, I was on the phone with you in the car, and they was like, oh, you know, he's on the highway too. He's probably behind us right now or something like that.
Right.
And then we see your car, and you zoom past us.
Yeah.
You had the 6 Series, the BMW.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, hell no.
And
I was like,
I
was like, yo, fuck out of here. Yo, dead eyes.
That's my I didn't even know that.
Yeah, like it was all in my mind.
You wanted to just catch me on the highway.
Yeah, like in my mind, like it has, like.
If I'm gonna beat him at something, if I'm gonna beat him at
not even at something, like, I want to, like, I don't know. You know I don't even know.
It is what it is,
I
man.
know,
A red is a red. Competition's competition. No, I'm that way when I'm walking down the street and someone just happens to walk a little faster than me, and I'm like,
nah, you wild.
Sometimes I'm like, yeah, so what you doing, bro? And that's not speeding. I don't know. Sometimes it could be healthy or unhealthy sometimes, but yeah, that's a funny story.
So we were, that's what happened. Mm-hmm. And also, just to continue with this, I know, you know, whatever, storytelling mode right here.
Yeah.
There was a time you were giving a presentation at this apartment in the Bronx. It was a trip on, you were going to Jamaica or something. And I was honestly, bro, I was really inspired. Yeah. I was like, yo, I need to be in this situation where it's like, you have the ability to travel whenever you want, making that money, driving nice cars, like, man, please come. You know what I'm saying?
For real, no.
And I just wanted to express that, you know what I'm saying?
For sure. It was a surreal moment to know that stuff like that is available. So I want to be an advocate to say, when you look at opportunities and it comes from a person that either one, it could be two ways. Sometimes you get an opportunity from a friend, and because it comes from a friend, you don't pay attention to it. But if it comes from people that look like you, sound like you, understand where you come from, and they're getting success, that instant me too behavior or mindset, when I get that, it gears to the last gear right away. It's not like, maybe can I? If I believe that I can because you can, because I know you're not better than me and I'm not better than you, and you have proof, and my friends or my family members who don't have proof want to tell me why it doesn't work, that's a dead conversation. Will you teach me? And if you slow down, I'm going to take your spot. That's just the way, you know, I took that. So it's been, you know, the trap. Man, travel was healthy. I'm excited to start travel. I'm going on some traveling trips soon. Travel has changed my life. You know, it's amazing.
No, that's dope. I mean, I haven't got the ability to travel too much. I've only been to DR and Brazil, but there's so much out there that needs to be explored. Yeah. So, we were talking a little bit about, prior to the recording, about
we're talking about craziness.
About your experience in the company, and we don't gotta go into detail, but more on, I guess, the highs and the lows.
Absolutely.
Of a person, of somebody going through that, and what maybe you've learned from it, maybe sharing philosophy behind that.
For sure.
Mindset.
I'll give you this. You know, some people, we said that we're marketing, and more than half people were like, stop listening, per se. And not listening to the podcast, but listening to the ability that maybe it's a good thing for them or things like that. I don't know what the experience is. No, marketing works. It is what it is. But you have to understand that everyone has their own journey in anything that they do. In this particular company, I'm forever grateful because it taught me the ups and downs of business, the ups and downs of the product, the ups and downs of relationships, the ups and downs within yourself, all in one. So things you should know, things you don't have to know, you know, things to that degree. But it takes a level of mental fortitude to know that whatever you go through, no matter how bad it gets, you're the reason you're in it, and you're the reason you can get out of it. All right, like if you just embody those things. Now, you're gonna need some help, like a good team around you. If you're going through something, find those who've been through the same thing, right? How did you do? When I went through my hardest times in business, so from compensation, losing teams, things like that nature, I got around people who were winning. when things got ugly, heartbreaking, depressed almost, things to that degree, why this is happening to me, how I go from making X amount of dollars to I can't even buy pizza right now.
That's crazy.
Right? Like, there was a time, bro, that I wanted to go to the gym so bad, because that's the other place I started to heal myself. I said, okay, what I got control over is my body, my mind and my body. So I'm going to the gym, and I'm going to the gym with this ball of energy, and you go and boop, the card, like, I can't get in, the payment, and then you hope for like oh, you know, I'm always here all the time, and that's the time that the person takes your job very seriously. And it's like, can't let you in if you got a past due balance, and I have to work out at home. You know, I went through those seasons, and I never really financially struggled, only when I was 16. When I was a teenager, I didn't have a job, my parents didn't have much, so I learned how to make $5 work, you know. I learned how to be my friends used to nickname me the garbage disposal, where it may sound funny here, but I would come around people and assess who would not eat their food, because I knew they were going to share it in ways where you didn't notice that I knew what I was doing now.
That's crazy.
All right, so oh yeah, I'm not really hungry right now.
Puro lambón.
Lambón. You get that, right? Because I really want to put it, but you know, things like that. I remember being in those places and not liking being in those shoes. So once I started making money, it was over. You know, I had strict savings plans, like things to that degree, and I lost. Well, you asked me, we lost it. I don't know where I'm at in the question.
I was talking about you answered a lot of the questions.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Let's talk about even a continuation of that, if anything, about how to develop. I know you mentioned about working out. Mm-hmm. I was gonna say developing mindset. Okay. That mental fortitude to keep going, because even in the world of entrepreneurship, even just in life, right? You know, regardless of whatever somebody's doing, sometimes you're gonna go through seasons, like you said, that gets really challenging. What are some tools that maybe you've picked up along the way that you've learned that you can share that would be of value?
Absolutely. So, goal setting is more important for the mind than what it is for a result. So here's what I mean by that. Some of us set goals on New Year's just because it's sexy, just because it's the thing to do. Or we set a goal because someone told us to set a goal. Set this goal and do it. Some of us don't know how to get to a goal, etc. It's cool when you set, because if you have a target, you can hit it. The reason why you got to set a goal is because then you have something to work towards. Okay? So that's why it's good for a result. You know how to get a result if you set a goal. It's good for the mind when you set a result you believe you can attain. See, when the mind starts to go, I believe you, Rob. You said you're going to start drinking a gallon of water. And you look at the gallon and go, that's too much. I'm going to start with half a gallon a day. The brain goes, thank you, Rob. Thank you, because now I believe you. And because I believe you, you believe yourself. It's these micro steps that you take where your brain starts believing you. Now when the doubt don't come in, when it's like, nah, he's been telling himself the truth for 30 days. I'm not gonna eat meat, I don't eat meat. And once my brain said, I'm Dominican, bro, and you could put the dough in front of me, it don't do nothing to me because it was 30 days of, I'm not doing it.
Un mangú con los 3 golpes.
I'm not touching it. It's over.
Only mangú.
Only mangú.
Maybe la cebolla.
La cebolla. So that's one. It's set goals that are true to you, because we set sexy goals to impress somebody else. All right. 2, spend time with you. Like, if in this world, what I realized, you know, a lot of my childhood or in business, I was always around a lot of people. Always. Learning how to trade Forex put me around myself. So if you don't understand what I'm doing, it's an energy drainer. Some of us are giving our goals, our aspirations to people who are going to drain that goal without you even attaining it and creating doubt for you. So if you get to know yourself, what ticks, why you tick, why you don't tick, what you like, what you don't like, what makes you happy, why does it make you happy, and journaling. Yes, I'm a grown man who journals because I've heard it in every audio from General on the journal. I stopped listening to things because they sound good. I started applying things that these people who with success, mental fortitude, were doing. You know? So with the gym, instead of going in there saying, I didn't have a weight goal, like I'm gonna lose this amount of weight or I'm gonna gain this amount of muscle. I didn't. I said I'm gonna go in there at least 5 times a week. And when I do a set, I'm gonna have 60-second rest periods max in between a set. So if I do something, in 60 seconds I'm gonna be doing something else. That's all that matters. And then my brain started believing when I'm saying, I'm gonna do 20 pull-ups, I'm gonna do 100, things like that.
That's good. That's good to know. I mean, cause sometimes even myself, I set these massive. I'm gonna make $10,000 by a month, by end of the year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Residually.
Right. And it's not to say like setting big goals. You do that, right? But you gotta get the small goal first. It drives me crazy when the hopper, right? The guy has this goal and then jumps to that goal and then jumps. I want to do, like you meet a friend and he's a new person every 3 weeks. Oh, now I'm a real estate agent.
Facts.
Now I do theater.
Facts.
Now I'm a yoga instructor.
I'm a dog walker.
Now I'm a dog walker. It's like, bro, spend time with yourself. Means you're easily influenced because you don't have your own influence. Right? You can't influence yourself to do something. It's something is gonna grab you with the wind. Mm-hmm. Spend time with yourself. If you didn't have an IG and no one can like your picture, would you like your own? All right, like get there and stick to that kind of stuff, and it'll lay. So I don't really have a median. If I'm gonna do, people say that if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it full out. Mm-hmm. I hate it when people use that as an excuse why not to do something. Like I don't want to do it because I know me. If I do it, I'm gonna drop everything. No, that's not true. Because if that's the case, whatever you're currently doing right now, you have hope you have conquered already to make room to learn something that you're supposed to learn. You know what I mean? Like not to do 10 things at once. It's conquer one thing here, then you conquer another, then you conquer another, and you conquer another. So.
Yeah, I was sharing with you earlier how one of the major things that I've learned within the past year is the fact that happening from one thing to another is a remedy. It's a way to fail.
Yeah, for
it's
sure.
a way to fail.
It's the recipe for a fuck up.
Oh, recipe for a major fuck up.
For a major fuck up.
Yeah, it's like you're not moving forward. It's like, okay, I may have acquired basic knowledge or understanding of how to do real estate investing, how to analyze stocks, how to maybe even read a chart a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Or do that, do this, do that.
Yeah.
But it's like, you really have to stick to one thing for a really long period of time.
Get it done.
Yeah.
Like I genuinely, what I learned and loved is that 1 year mindset. Like if I'm deciding to do it, I'm gonna have a 1 year mindset. If I'm gonna hit the gym, I'm not having the summer hoy se bebe Friday mindset. Right? I'm gonna do it for a year and see how my body looks like. What do I look after? And the crazy thing about the body is you could lose weight like this. You could start getting results like this. I'm done with attaining success. It's sustaining success. I'm keeping this body. That's it. It ain't going backwards. It's only gonna get better. At my worst, it's gonna be my best at one point. That's it. I'm done with it. I got it for 30 days. And then it's gone. Same thing with business. Like, you go on a run, you get to the number, and you did everything. And you exploded yourself, but you didn't set the stones for sustainability. You didn't have time to teach someone what you know. Done with that.
What are your do you have any habits and routines you go by?
Yeah. So first thing in the morning, I pray.
Okay.
That's the first thing. And that's not to push my religion on my belief on anyone. That's a habit I have. Being in a place of gratitude. It's like I wake up and I say thank you. Like oh, I got another day. if you look at the numbers, I'm not the pessimistic guy. Someone died right now. Right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's happening.
That's crazy.
Someone's dying, right? And we're here, like, doing this podcast. So that's one. I try, and I'm not doing this, I'm not a perfect person, so I don't do it all the time. Sometimes I gotta get up and go. But the majority of my time, I pray, I write in my journal, I stretch, and I take a cold shower every single morning.
Cold shower.
Mm-hmm.
You got that from like what? Like Ty Lopez or something?
100% heard it on the podcast. As a matter of fact, a good friend of mine sent me a podcast.
Yeah.
My man Elio Santana, shout out to my best friend. He showed me the podcast, and I heard the benefits make sense. I saw what's this gentleman's name? Is it Asian gentleman? If I can't believe I don't have his name.
Dan Lowe?
Is it Danny? No.
Dan Lowe?
Whatever.
Yeah.
You won't have to edit that, I think, because we wild. I'm butchering this Asian.
Nah, it's whatever. It's whatever.
But yeah, it's a lot of
Joe Rogan style here.
Hey, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about shit. It's a lot of benefits to a cold shower, so I do it every single morning.
Was it like a quick cold shower? Or like
No, I'm in there. I'm in there like, and I'm in there 5-10 minutes easy.
Yeah.
And the funny part is, shout out to my partner Tony Mack. Like, I remember when he was like, "Yo, we about to do cold showers," and the first day, and this is what I mean. There's really a beauty, bro, of the mind-body connection. Like, the first day was I'm in there making noise, jumping jacks, getting prepared, and now
Yo.
I don't even flinch, bro. It's like I'm in there.
You sure it didn't get a little warmer, bro? You
it's
just like,
full,
oh,
like yeah,
not that
listen,
bad no more.
Nah, it's strictly cold. Whoop, and I'm in there.
Man, that's crazy.
And I usually after that, it's either I'm reading or I'm listening to something positive to start my day. Always.
No, yeah, I've done cold showers before, but it's been probably like in DR
or
like.
It's a game changer, bro. It's good for the muscle. It's good for muscle recovery.
I feel you. Yeah.
Breathing, all that.
It's like mind over matter kind of thing.
Start the day with, I got something conquered. Ed Mylett talks about too. He jumps into the ocean. He does about the ocean. The first thing he does is jump into something cold. It's good for the brain.
Okay. All right. What are your thoughts on wellness? You know, how much sleep you should be getting, and
I believe it's that's relative to goal setting, right? So there's times where I really did 20-hour days back to back when it came to driving to make money. You know, I got to a place where I had no income coming in, all right? And this is my story, you know, hopefully it resonates with somebody. I had no money coming in, so I would drive Uber 12 hours, 13 hours, 14 hours a day to then learn a skill set that requires my energy and brain capacity in order for me to make money. And I wouldn't tell people to learn in those what we teach in our course, not that like trade or learn in those kind of conditions, but that's all I had. I knew that that's what I needed to do at the time. Was it healthy? Maybe not. Did it work? I'm here. So, do I believe, to answer that question, wellness is important. Rest, a certain amount of rest, food, I'm big on nutrition. I drink a gallon of water a day, minimum at least 3 meals, probably 3 to 5, it varies. My greens. But I don't know where I got this from. Someone said it, I can't take credit for it. I forgot what interview. This is a good thing about listening to personal development podcasts every single day. Like, the brain just absorbs stuff.
Yeah.
He said the most, I think he said magnificent. No, I can't even say that word. The most fascinating thing you can say to someone on their departure is take care. Not goodbye, take care. To really take care of yourself. How many people have you left? We see each other, we leave, we go our separate ways, and when we come back, you're worse than when I saw you last. Mentally, physically, emotionally, it's kind of hard, especially if we're boys. It's like, damn, bro, what's going on, man, Joel? To tell you to take care. Like, take care of yourself. Like, wake up in the morning, clip your nails, bro. Brush your teeth. That's wellness. Stretch, eat food. Don't put your body through stress it doesn't need to. Get around good people. I'm huge on that.
your thoughts on the importance of having fun.
Yeah.
Getting around good people. Not only that, but also for maybe somebody who's in a situation that they may be lacking that, practical ways to get more of that.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's a great question. There's so many ways to answer that. One, I had a quote. I've read a quote that said, "Fun should not be a distraction; it should be the reward." Right? Like you can't use fun to not produce. Like avoiding to do work because you want to go have fun—that's irresponsible. Right? So that's not a good way to have fun. That's distraction. However, I think what brings people together is the fact that they're enjoying themselves, having fun. So if it's business, on the business side, culture where it's not only about money, results driven, it's about appreciating each other's time, energy, input, action, that goes a long way. The fact that I want to be here because I want to be here and I'm accepted here, opposed to forced to be here because I need to make $1 here, changes everything. And it's the prize is the journey. It's not when you get to the destination. You know, I did it where I busted my ass so hard that I was never present where I was because my mind was on the next goal. I gotta get to the next level. Yeah, this is dope. Thank you. This is appreciated. Thanks for the recognition. Get the fuck out my way. I gotta go. And I didn't get to sit back and even like soak things in. Today, I'm here today. Like, I don't care who calls me. I'm here. I'm present. I'm grateful. I'm having fucking fun too. Like, having a good time. So, if you're a person that shies away from fun, I don't think anyone really. I mean, they are shy people, but you gotta understand that as a community, I think we're not even. I think we're made in this world to be around each other. We need the world works when we use each other. Money flows that way. Families are created that way. You were made because your parents were having fun. It is what it is.
I'm done.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so what I would say is, if you're not the person that is a person that has a lot of fun, have fun in identifying those who are to create that for you. Meaning, I'm not the best planner of the trip, but I got a friend right now that will light up if I tell her, yo, I need you to get this trip ready for us. Just to see how that person will react to that, you gotta find the fun in that. Finding the fun in the solution. It gotta kind of be like your own movie. If you're not a person that's not an outgoing person, because I don't like when people try to leverage, he's gonna be good because he's that kind of person. He's the outgoing person and he's the fun person. Now, I'm very observant too. I know people who don't have as much fun as me because they use people like me to create the fun. And they have a whole bunch of fun doing that. You know, so you gotta enjoy it. You have to enjoy it. You gotta find a way to enjoy it.
Yeah, and I think people are different, right? There's different types of fun.
I know people by themselves, they have fun. It's like, I just like to be, like, I just want to be alone.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's fun? Yeah, I don't know. But if that's fun, do a little bit of that and go back to around people that was not so much fun. You get what I'm saying? Like, you still monetize that. If you got to work and produce amongst people, and then the way you find your fun is being by yourself, you got to really cherish those times by yourself.
Nah, yeah, it's important. I mean, meditation.
Meditation is big. And meditation is challenging. I'll tell you what, I yoga. I do a lot of yoga.
Okay.
I yoga.
I yoga.
I yoga. I do yoga. And
it should be on the shirt, like the I
yoga. I'm a yoga yogi. But breathing, stretching, it's crazy what the body shows you if you're not breathing, if you're not. Meditation is big. Like, I'm not old, but as I mature, you know, take your time in certain places because time is, like, we don't really understand the idea of time. So if you can be present and take your time, then do so.
In fact, time is life.
Time is life.
So let's switch gears here. Business, Forex. What? Let's talk about that. Like, what? First of all, explain what is Forex.
Okay.
Somebody's probably hearing Forex and like, what?
Okay, so Forex is is a decentralized market. I know it's going to sound it's a decentralized market where we are trading currencies, the value of one currency versus the other, opposed to stocks. So let me clarify what I'm trying to say. I'm Dominican, so I guess the best way for me to do it, we're on a real, surface level, is if I go to DR right now, the peso's probably it could be $35 to $50, right? Depends.
45 to
45 to 50, right?
Yeah.
It can vary though. It's either or. So let's say I go to DR, and when I get there, okay, the peso's 45. I exchange my dollars into pesos, and I have 45 pesos for the dollar, all right? I don't spend this money. I have the money, I exchange the cash, and I have the money in my hand. When I come back a week later, you go to DR. A week later is $50 for the peso. When you came to exchange your money, you got more money back. That's Forex. We buy, sell a currency, we hold it, or we buy it, sell, like we short it or long it. If we hold the currency for a certain time, and when the exchange level is higher, we cash out on that exchange.
And there's also, you could leverage where...
Correct.
If it goes up a penny,
you can make money off percentage points. So that's leverage. That's a little more confusing. I feel like I'll lose people if I say that. The difference between Forex and not that you asked that question, but I know people know about stocks. It's a place where, you're trading. It's value of a company.
Mm-hmm.
It's the value of the currency versus another currency. So, for example, the euro versus the dollar. The strength of one, you could bet on the strength of one and the short of the other, and you can trade one currency, one pair, up and down, which is amazing. And it's open from Sunday 5 till Friday 5, 24/7. I'm 24 hours during those days, so you can be in the market trading all day until the market closes, which is absolutely great.
Yeah, I think Forex is it's trending. I would say
It's funny. I like the fact that you say that, because it's been out for tens and tens of years. So I know people trading Forex for the past 30 years. Banks trading Forex stuff. The awareness now, there's marketing companies that do Forex. There's, the numbers out. Social media's got like some kind of spin to it, and I'm glad it did, because how else would I learn about the financial markets if I didn't go to an institution like a bank, or I didn't go to finance for school or things to that degree? So yeah, I don't like trending, because it's as if it comes and goes. Yeah, but it's here. It's been here forever, and it's here to stay. It trades about $7 trillion a day. It's the most liquid market in the world. So,
all right. What are your thoughts on the importance of achieving financial freedom? So I'm gonna show you a little bit something. Mm-hmm. So I'm from the Bronx, Dominican, bald head. You already know. And I never got exposed to the concept or even heard of the words put together of financial freedom,
correct,
financial independence,
financial literacy,
all of that, until I got to college. And that was even wasn't through college, it was through that marketing company.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, which is unfortunate, right?
Right.
Very unfortunate. What are your thoughts on? So first, maybe explain your definition of what financial freedom is, and maybe the importance of building that, or even aiming to that, to achieve that, maybe.
Right.
Yeah. What do you think? Yeah.
So I once heard I'm stealing this answer. It's to do whatever you want with whoever you want for how long as you want without having to ask when you have to stop. Like you're at a place where you make decisions not based on time or money. That's financial freedom. Like, you want to go somewhere, it's because you want to. You want to buy something, it's because it's not what it costs, it's because you like it. And you also left enough that after you leave, that kind of lifestyle is passed over to your family and family, right? That's what my definition of financial freedom is. Like, I do it not based off time or money. I don't believe there's a one set way to gain financial freedom. Is there avenues? Is there, books and mentors and leaders? There's people out there that are full of shit. They don't have financial freedom and want to talk about financial freedom and shut up, right? I was a guy that by the time I was 23 years old, I saved more money than the average person would save in their life. And I was free. I had no bills, all right? Like, you can't tell me I wasn't financially free. I could have done whatever I want. with whoever I wanted, and I was making enough money to do whatever. It's just what it was. For my means of what I was living on, I made what it cost me to live. You know, it was probably 15% of my income. You know what I mean? And I was doing whatever I wanted. I was free. You know, then I learned how to make residual income and, you know, different ways of making income, which blew my mind, right? So why it's important is, the reason I think it's important, because some of us really, I think we don't know, subconsciously we make decisions based off of financial strains. Right? Like, the most uncomfortable times I've had is when I'm hungry, but my pocket tells me you're not.
Or you look at the menu and you're looking at the numbers instead of the food items.
Like when you want to go out, but you calculate in your head, damn, but if I go out, I'm probably going to wall out, and it's going to be this. And that means you stopped yourself from doing something you really wanted to do. And if you could live life in a space where it's your world, because you worked hard enough in financial literacy, you understood how taxes work, you know, how corporations work, LLCs work, how much you're making after, you know, I hate the fancy titles when someone tells you, I make 6 figures, and you really don't, because after taxes, you're making X amount of dollars. Like, what are you bringing in after taxes? Because you tell me you make $70,000, but you got taxed, you know, 40% of your income. And you're not going to get that in return because you don't know tax breaks on things, and you don't have a side business that can make you don't make that kind of money, but it's cool to say because it's the cool thing to say. All right, so it's not taught at home, which is the craziest part. Like, financial literacy is not taught at home, but it's felt at home. All right, like, I don't know why I don't have these things, and we have a habit of doing things that other people don't do. I don't know why, but I'm doing them because I grew up doing them. You know, I didn't have much growing up.
Put in the bags and the...
You already know. Bags come, you go to great groceries, these are new bags for garbage, these are not going away, right? Like, there's things that you're like, I didn't know people that, like, putting your groceries up top of the fridge where there's other people that have pantries, right? Like, you just, things you don't know till you don't know. So, it's important because someone else has a dream or a goal or focus that if you get focused now, they don't have to go through the things that you're going through.
You're talking about offspring.
Oh, absolutely. Like, here's my biggest, in the near future, there will be a day where I can just walk up to somebody, which I believe now, but it'll be on paper, where I know I can change your life today if I wanted to. Like, literally be like, if I wanted to, your life I can move you out your house, put you in a home, give you a job, because not that anyone deserves that off of just nothing, but knowing that I can is the reward. Like, if I wanted to, I could. Nothing feels better than when you out with your boys and you know that you're not going out there to say you're the guy with the money, but knowing that y'all can have as much money y'all want and drink and eat, and it's gonna get covered without sweating. Imagine if that was for everything else.
Yeah, I think also. So I was, when you were saying about I'll change your life today and take you out, la 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 la. Right. Right. I was thinking, I always thought it would be cool to, like, you know, I've seen some of these like YouTube videos where they take a homeless person and they groom them up. They groom them up.
All
put them in a suit, hotel room.
That's sick, bro.
You know, fuck around and hook them up with a job. Yeah. Like, I think doing shit like that is really dope.
To me, it's my biggest motivator. I live for working hard to build experiences that when you tell the story, people are gonna be mad or inspired that they weren't there. Like, you give a story so vivid because it was so surreal, and I was part of that equation or part of that process.
Like, wasn't you skydiving in Dubai or something?
Like, perfect example. Like, when someone came to me and told me I could go somewhere in the world for a price I would never pay, and if they found it somewhere else cheaper, I go for free, and after a while I can travel the world for free. It doesn't fucking make sense. But it was true. And because I decided to believe that, show me proof, would you teach me? I did it. And when I took the first trip and didn't have to pay, and nothing else was charged, and made more money on that trip than when I got there, it was the first taste of like, life needs to be like this forever. This is what it gotta feel like. Like everybody should wanna feel this. Like, everybody gonna shoot for it? I don't know.
Facts.
You know?
Like when I was telling you, my Bitcoin money when I'm crazy, and like I'm on top of it.
Right. You know, I think it's also good to have that experience to know it's possible still.
No, yeah, facts. And it makes you wiser. It makes you more careful.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think it's necessary.
Sometimes you gotta get your hand burned in the kitchen.
Yeah. So that's why I'm not even mad about all those tens of thousands of dollars that slipped.
Boy, I know people that
but yeah, man. Bro, where can people find you? Where social media, your company, what's up? Let the people know.
My business, start with the business company at the Forex Wolves. That's our IG at the forexwolf.com. It's our website. Strictly education, guys. It's me, Tony Mack, Derek. We just care about speaking to people on a third grade level. I don't care what degrees you have or don't have. I want to make sure that you understand how simple it can be if you keep information simple. Is it going to be easy? I didn't say those words. I said simple, because if you retain information, you can keep using that information over and over and over. Personal Instagram is Rob_DeLaProfit, your boy. That's the two platforms that I really use the most.
Yo, if you like what you saw, like, subscribe, share. All right?
No.
It's really important.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Seriously, do that.
Seriously.
Like, come on.
It's crucial.
It's two bald guys. And
yeah, look at this.
That's a good job. He wasn't bald when I met him.
Yeah, I had hair. Yo, bro, thanks again, bro. You already know.
There you go. How we get down. The format is real sickening, contagious. Here I come, Daisy. There you go. How we get down. Here I come.